Good morning, all my roadies. So Friday morning, I received a phone call from my best friend Jessica, letting me know that a co-worker friend of hers had just witnessed a horrific incident in Pennsylvania. I didn't initially put up the story because I was waiting to get collaboration from the news, and then to be honest with you, we got busy with the Mid-America Truck Show. But I did want to tell you about this horrific story that wound up happening in Pennsylvania on early Friday morning. So this incident happened early Friday morning, a little bit before 3 a.m. at the Loves truck stop in Charlottesville, Pennsylvania. According to news reports and also the eyewitness report from my friend's teammate, supposedly an argument ensued between three truck drivers. So the way I understand it is there was two Trans Am semi-truck drivers in two separate trucks. The one Trans Am driver was trying to pull into a parking spot. It was the middle of the night, almost 3 o'clock in the morning. It was dark, and they were in the back of the parking lot at the Loves. The other Trans Am driver got out and offered to assist to help get him into that parking spot. As he was assisting the Trans Am driver, another truck driver who was waiting on these two gentlemen to get that truck backed up became impatient, got out of his truck, and started an argument with these two truck drivers who weren't doing anything wrong other than trying to back up that semi-truck into a parking spot. And let's face it, as truck drivers, we've all been there. Middle of the night, you're tired, and you're trying to back into a spot. Even the most seasoned driver who's been out there for a long period of time sometimes has a hard time backing up your truck into a hole. The suspect who got irritated with him was named Travis Pooh. He is from Jacksonville, Florida. He got out of his semi-truck, started an argument with these two men, and then the gentleman who was trying to guide the other truck driver into a spot, he wound up shooting him in the eye. That person's name and that victim was 40-year-old James A. Hilton from New Jersey, and he was killed immediately. My best friend who called me in regards to this incident let me know that her friend who works at the same company that she does was actually asleep in his bunk at this truck stop when this incident happened. He was awoken by the police knocking on his door because they noticed that he had a dash cam on his dash, and they wanted to know if it had been recording possibly at the time of the incident. So he wound up calling his safety department and asked them that police needed to have the dash cam footage. And yes, he had recorded the entire incident. So unfortunately, he is traumatized to no end because he wound up getting up and witnessing the whole thing. So I am asking for everybody to please keep the family of James Hilton in your thoughts and prayers as they're going through this horrific tragedy. Also, the truck driver and that Trans Am semi-truck who is just trying to back into his parking spot and had to witness this whole incident. And also my friend who wound up capturing the whole thing on dash cam footage. The police did wind up getting called to the incident shortly before 3 o'clock. Once the police got to the Loves location, the driver, Travis, was already gone. The suspect was gone. He wasn't there. He fled the scene. So they wound up calling state and local authorities to go on a manhunt to look for Travis. About 20 miles down the road, they wound up finding Travis's truck. He was on an off-ramp getting off of the highway. They wound up following him a few miles down the road and finally pulling him over where he was arrested. I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more. They have not even released the official charges yet as far as what he's been charged with. I'm sure it's going to be vehicular homicide and also leaving the scene of an accident, probably amongst several other charges. But this was a horrific accident, and just, I know we're stressed out there, don't get me wrong, but it's an incident like this that was so preventable. Just, he was upset because another trucker was helping out another trucker back into a parking spot. I don't understand it. I truly don't. But please keep this family in your thoughts and prayers. This is a horrific time and a horrific tragedy that they're having to deal with, that could have so easily been prevented by just cooling down and walking away from the situation. A gun never should have been brought into this. But anyway, be safe out there, my roadies. I will keep you updated on this situation. Please keep those three drivers in your thoughts and prayers. The family of James Hilton, the truck driver who was just trying to back into a spot that witnessed this horrific accident, and my friend's teammate who wound up recording this because it has traumatized everybody. And as always, be safe out there, my roadies, and please, 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 if you get to that point where you're that upset, walk away, take a breath, and do not bring a gun into this situation. Thanks, everybody.